So there's some weirdness going on with the graphics in this F-35, but you get these weird stripes and stuff when you're in the hover. Um, all right, let's do a short takeoff here, or actually a hover. So see these lines all over the place? Geometric sort of shit. But fortunately, the the aircraft itself flies pretty well, and everything seems to work. I'm still getting that bug where the HUD powers on and off, but all the MFDs, they stay on in this plane, and the HUD comes back on eventually, so it's not too bad in the F-35. And all of a sudden my nose wheel steering works. I don't know how I got that to work, but it wasn't working earlier. So I can't see YouTube chat in VR. My software that I use for that is tends to crash the sim. Well, not tends to crash; it crashes the sim. So if you're typing in chat, I can't see it. Sorry, but I'll peek out every now and again. How high are we? 23,000 feet.
Throttle. 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 Throttle.
Actually, we can turn this off for now. He paused. Don't understand. Yeah, he seems paused. Getting a couple little hiccups, but no big deal. Oof. What's up, man? Yeah, you can join me. I'm on the East Coast server. I'm on somewhere in. We can meet up somewhere, anywhere really. I mean, I don't care. Sorry, I can't see the YouTube chat while I'm in VR, but all right, cool. I took off from Oakland Airport, but we can meet anywhere. Where do you wanna meet? I'll just load up somewhere else. This F-35 just works so well in 2024 now, and such good frame rates. All right, I'll go back over there. What are you gonna fly? Do you want to join my Discord? Aren't you already on my Discord? Let me just adjust a couple of things here. End flight. Yeah, I think you're on my Discord. Yeah, let me turn that on. And that way we can chat. Don't switch. I'm going to be in my Belthorian. Yeah, I see you. Yeah, join my voice chat, MSFS comms. It's up on the screen now if you want to join. When I start from the runway, it gets my screens are not where I like them, but whatever. I can switch them around, I guess. I'll send you an invite. I see you on there. Hold on a second. Oh, okay. All right. I hear you. Sweet. Word. Understood. All right. Are you? Yeah. Are you here yet in Oakland? I'm on runway 30. Yeah, I just started, I didn't cold and dark just because I didn't want you to wait that long. Hey, did it set all my stuff already? I don't like this engine. I don't need that. There we go. And then fuel. Yeah, see, when I start on the runway, it changes my screens all. And I gotta figure out how I want them. EFI, HUD. No. Yeah, let me know when you're on, when you're loaded up. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. The beta, you mean? Well, you have to, you either have one or the other. You have the release candidate, or you have the release version, or the beta. So, and you have to, if you're on, are you on Steam? Okay, so I don't know how it works on the Microsoft Store, but on Steam it's really easy. There's a beta page under the game properties, and then you just pick the beta if you want to join the beta. And then it'll download the beta, and then if you want to come off of it, you just, you go back to the default one, and then it'll download the default one. Right. Oh, really? Yeah. Yeah, there should only be one. I mean, I can't imagine it just installing two different ones for you. I have a question for you. For some reason, my nose wheel steering works sometimes and it doesn't work other times. I don't know, and I can't find a toggle for nose wheel steering. I can find a nose wheel steering axis, but that doesn't really do anything for me. But when I land, my nose wheel steering comes on automatically for some reason. But when I'm just on the ground and I want to do a regular takeoff, it's kind of a pain in the ass. Really? Oh, really? Well, yeah, I mean, I have a couple of separate profiles for helicopters and, warbirds and then regular GA planes. And they're mostly the same. They're mostly the same. Except, like I swapped out a couple controls for the helicopters rather than fixed wings. But, there's, and they tend to stick now, my controls, so that's good. They used to, like, not so much. But for this particular instance, I can't find the right control. It's just weird. All right, I'm just going to be hovering and circling around the airport. Well, I can fly slow. I don't have to fly like supersonic. Well, try to pick something I might have, so we can see each other. Do you have the F-35? Well, that's it. No, no. I'll tell you what I have. I have the F-14, the F-16, the F-15, the A-10, the F-35, the F-22. Got any of those? Great. All right, we'll fly whatever the fuck you want then. Nope. Yeah. Of course. But like what? Yeah, those are all you're pulling from 2020, and you're just popping them in 2024. Oh, okay. Yeah, because I don't have the aviators edition, so I don't know what comes with that. I know outside of like the helicopters, I don't know what else comes with it. But yeah, all whatever I have is like because clearly nobody's bought anything for 2024 yet because the marketplace isn't open, and yeah, everything I have is just pulled over from 2020. Nope. Right. Oh, that's good. You got to go to your settings and then online, and then you'll see your servers. Wow, am I really 1,000 feet up already? And I'm trying to hover my way down. It's going to take forever. Yeah, the F-35 is actually fantastic. I didn't fly it a lot in 2020 just because my system couldn't really handle it. It was stuttery all the time, and it was crazy. Oh shit! And now my heads-up display just came on. Damn it! Oh yeah, yeah. Well, they just don't. You got to set it up differently though. Like it's a completely different, set of like setup for it. And for some reason, my heads-up display that works on the in my camera or my helmet just turned on, and I don't know how to turn that off either. Fuck. Like, out of the blue, it just turned on. And now I have a heads-up display on the window and a heads-up display in my helmet. So, no, it's not normal. It's weird. Right, right. No, I know. Yeah, and it's exactly like that, but I don't want it on, and I can't turn it off. Shit. All right, I see you. Um, you know what? Let me try to restart. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart the flight because I can't fly with that. God damn it. That happened with me with the F-18, and I couldn't turn it off either. I know there's a dial, but I think it's a bug because you can turn the dial all the way down, and it just won't do anything for me. Like if it comes up on the headset itself, it gets weird. I don't get it. Hopefully it's not here now. Yeah. So when I restart, oh wait. Yeah, it just turned back on. God damn it. You know what? I'm going to restart the sim. It's going to take me a minute and a half. I just can't deal with this. Or let me try the main menu first and let me see if that works. And just go back to the main menu. Because it just does it automatically. It didn't happen at all in my testing yesterday. But today, and it didn't happen this whole time until, we started talking, and a couple minutes later, it just popped up on my screen for no reason. I didn't touch anything. I was just hovering. Oh, alright. Then, yeah, I was expecting that then. Yeah, I was waiting on that for a while. I was wondering where that went. Alright, it's loading in now. Let's see what happens. If it doesn't work, I'll have to restart the sim. I don't know how else to get it off. I don't even know if I can get it off now, if it just comes up now and it's a thing. you know? If it's a thing, then I'll just, I'll deal with it. Right. Right. The G2. Alright. Yeah, I heard. Yeah, I run such a high resolution that, and I've used the Quest 3, and it's not that much better for me. So, yeah, it's just, alright, now I can get the HUD off my screen, but I can't get it off my helmet. I can get it off the heads-up display. Turn that off. But the heads-up display will not shut off.
Parking brake. Parking brake.
I mean, I can deal with it, I suppose. It's just stupid. I don't know how to turn it off. Let me check the controls real quick. So you would figure it would be something like HUD, right? Or HUD hold view, toggle HUD view. All right, let's try this. Toggle HUD, wrong device. Of course it is. Alright, let's see if that works. Or, no, my sim just crashed. Awesome. Alright. I'll be... Yeah, I'm crashed. I'm back to Windows. I'm loading it up again. Yeah, no, you won't. Let me, I'm loading back into the game. I'm gonna have a quick cigarette. I'll be right back. Alright, you there? Alright. Right. Take your time, man. Right, yeah. I mean, this I have pretty much all my controls set, so I'm not really having that much of a problem with it, except for like, things like this, like the HMD having a HUD, which I don't need. I don't like it. It's too big, and I don't like the way it follows me around when I look around. The regular HUD. Right. Well, I don't have those, so it's not a big deal. They don't come with weapons. Well, not mine anyway. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Right. It's just slightly annoying that I can't get this off. Well, we'll see. Maybe it'll turn off with when it loads in this time. I have a frame counter on for OpenXR Toolkit and all that bullshit, so I turned that off. Maybe that'll help. Alright. Yeah, I have that. That comes with it. I don't see anybody around here. Oh wait, are you on the runway? No, I see a propeller plane on the runway. Uh, yeah, but I only see a propeller plane.
Parking brake. Parking brake.
All right, did the big ass airliner just take? Yeah, I see you. You're right in front of me. You're right below me. I just did a short take. Oh, well, that's awesome. Okay. So that heads up display is gone now, so that's cool. I'm just going real slow. Yeah, I see you as a prop playing a banana, which is weird. Because I have the Honda Jet. Are you using a weird livery or something? Are you using the Honda Jet from HA420 Honda Jet? Is that the one that comes with 2024? Is that the one that comes with 2020? I have both. I have both, so that's weird. Alright, well, regardless, whatever. You want to take off? It is cool that I can hover and shit. Alright, I see you rolling. Alright, you're up. Sweet. Just give me an update on your airspeed when you decide to start cruising. Wherever you want, man. You're the one that's got limits. Yeah, I don't have all those, all the ships on and everything. I imagine what the speed is showing me is knots, right? So I'm going about 250 right now. All right. Well, I'm going 200.
Overspeed. Overspeed.
I was wondering why I was overspeeding. And I was like, my gear's down. That's why.
Parking brake. Parking brake.
I got the bug where my. Are you getting any bugs in with the what you call it? With the right. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting a whole bunch of bugs with my HUD, with my MFDs turning on and off, and then my frame rate goes down, and then yeah, that just happened to me too. But they came back. I mean, my HUD came back. The MFDs stay on in the F-35, but in like other aircraft I have, they turn off and stay off. Or the EFB will just turn off in like the H125 if I'm flying a helicopter. All right, I'm keeping a pretty decent formation with you right now. You want to take a flight down to LA? Right, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I've done it. Yeah, I actually like that feature a lot more than I thought I would. Right. Yeah, I can go pretty slow in this thing. Like without using the hover or short takeoff and landing features. What's your speed? All right, you gonna stay around there? Yeah, we can just follow the coast. Yeah. Yeah, I used to live in San Francisco too. I never really went down to the Sunset District, which is what we were right above. I mean, every now and again when I went to the beach, it was the only real beach around, you know? Yeah, it's so weird that I see you as a freaking banana. Yeah. I hear it works. I mean, other people use it. Um, yeah, me too. Me too. So I think it's a server thing. Did it? Right, but sometimes it doesn't. I got dead stick in a P-51 when all my instruments went down, and that's all steam instruments too. But I went dead stick, and I couldn't do anything. I just glided, but I couldn't even glide because I had no control. And so, I mean, I've had some perfect flights with the P-51, and then all of a sudden, it would just crap out on me. Are you still? You're still up in the air, though, right? Like that's still you up there, right? All right, cool. Yeah, no, I know. I was just wondering if, because you said your plane exploded. Are you on live weather? Yeah, I'm just. I have some preset from an add-on. Where are you? There you are. No. San Francisco is pretty cold, man. Like generally. Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, the bay is just collects so much wind because of the hills and stuff around the bay, and it gets windy, it gets cold in the summer. So, like in the summertime, like there's a few weeks where it can get warm, but it's not a real warm city. I mean, it's not real cold either, but it can get pretty cold, but it's not really cold. It's Half Moon Bay right here. Got a little weird scientific station that I'm headed to. I'm gonna fly by. Weird. I think it's a. I think they have a telescope here. I think that's what that thing is. Could be. Going 122 knots right now. Where'd you go? Oh, I see. I see. Roger that. I'm just trying not to go real fast. Yeah, but the frame rates and like especially if you're using like I just started using the OpenXR mod. There's a new mod for OpenXR Toolkit. Yeah, and it adjusts FOV and crops the image, but then when it crops the image, you can also adjust it to fill up your screen so you're not getting less, you know, field of view in your headset. Now it messes with it a little bit on the mirror. The mirror looks a little weird, but in the headset it looks perfect to me. I can read all my instruments, I can read all my screens, and everything's sharp because of DLSS4, but I'm getting so much more performance. Like I was never able to fly these jets in 2020. or even in 2024, really, until like I got this mod, and now everything runs like all my other planes. Like I get a high frame rate, it's consistent, it's fantastic. So all these jets that I bought in 2020 that I never really used, I can use now. Well, not all of them, but the ones that work in 2024 anyway. You got autopilot, don't you? I haven't messed with the Vision Jet, but I heard it's pretty good. Heard people like it. Yeah. Right. No, I was just commenting on the actual aircraft and the physics and everything. Everybody says it's not bad. Right. Right, right, right. All right, I am kind of right around 265, 264. You could look like you're going a little faster. All right. That's well. It's what maybe an hour in an hour and a half in an airliner. Oh, sure. Right, 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 right. Yeah. Yeah, California's not a small state, but it's not. I mean, if you drive LA to San Francisco or vice versa, it's around 4 hours, depending. So you figure in a Corsair, you'll make it there in about an hour, I'd say. It's about a 40-minute flight in my P-51 when I'm just gunning it. Oh yeah, I have both, but the Corsair doesn't work for me in 2024. Yeah, it's all weird. It's super weird. The P-51 works fantastically. The Airplane Heaven P-51 works fantastic. Um, except for the beta, it loses power and goes dead stick every now and again. But yeah, right, yeah, 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 yeah. Nice. You changed your name, huh? Like on Discord, you used to be like some other name, right? Ah, right, 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 right. All right, cool. That's who I thought you were. Alrighty. Yeah, how is the stream looking? By the way, because like I was having more issues with it, and then all of a sudden, when I got the OpenXR Toolkit mod, my streams look better. They're smoother. They're not as jerky. Nice. Yeah, because without the toolkit, I wasn't able to stream 2024 just because it looked like garbage, and it was so jerky. And now it seems a lot smoother because of the increased performance I have. So I was like, all right, let me test out a stream and see if I can stream this in decent quality. I'm getting, like, again, it's not so much my frame rate because I always met my 30 frames per second for motion reprojection. But for some reason, this increases my 1% lows that I don't ever really drop below 30 anymore, even low altitudes, even in these jet planes that used to be so, performance sucking. Like, they fly perfectly now. It's so smooth. Right, and you're using asynchronous space warp, you're probably doing 45 frames a second and getting 90, right? Oh, okay. All right. So you're not using any space warp, or you're just using straight up? Oh, you are. Okay, okay. All right. Oh, yeah, God, yeah. Yeah, space warp and motion reprojection are, basically the same things for different headsets, It's just what they call it for Oculus headsets. But yeah, it's so good.
Parking brake. Parking brake.
Whoops, I hit my parking brake instead of my speed brake. My spoilers. All right, so this is Monterey. Looks like there's a racetrack, Laguna Seca, nearby. You want to fly over Laguna Seca? The racetrack? Uh, well, Santa Clara is like right around here. Monterey is more south. You see where the curve takes the coast all the way to the right? That's where Monterey is. So right here, this is right around Santa Clara. Yeah, I don't. It's not in the game. The old Candlestick is still in fucking San Francisco, though. Yeah, but the new stadium is. I haven't seen it. Oh, I'm going way fast now. Shit, sorry. All right, I'm gonna head over to. I'm slowing way down here. I'm gonna slow down to about 250, 230 right now. Uh, I'm gonna head over to Monterey, and we'll check out the racetrack. Yeah, it's California is one of my favorite places to fly, just because the coast is beautiful, it performs well. I know where everything is usually. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. It's beautiful. California is a great state to fly around in. I mean, it's a great state to live in if you like nature for sure, because it's gorgeous. Nice. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, I do too. Yeah, me too. Do you fly the Bell 47? It's a pain in the ass, isn't it? It is not an easy helicopter to fly. Hey, stick to the coast. Yeah, I can get it to fly and stuff. It's just got no assists whatsoever. So it flies like, like an old manual helicopter. That's it's exactly how it flies, and it's a pain in the ass. And you got to watch your power, or you'll fucking blow up your oil and shit. It's right. Sure. Well, you know that takes skill, right? To make sure no one survives. Roger that. Cool. Right. Yeah, I usually fly around Northern California, up in wine country with a helicopter and just do the rolling hills, and it's gorgeous. And like Sonoma and Napa, and then maybe take a quick jaunt to San Francisco and land on a helipad there. So that's always fun for me. And in a warbird, the terrain is just so good in California. you know, it's just so much fun for warbirds. And these jets now. Oh my god, these jets are so good now. I'm just so happy I can fly these things, and they're not wasted. Because they were definitely wasted for me in 2020. All right, so dead ahead is Monterey Airport. There's a little airport on our left. That's a little municipal airport. I don't know which one that is, but once we hit Monterey, It's a straight shot over to. It's just a short little left turn to Laguna Seca. And sometimes what I like to do is I'll take a flight from San Francisco to Monterey, land at Monterey, and then take a helicopter to Laguna Seca, and then jump into Assetto Corsa and run in Laguna Seca in a Ferrari or something. I like doing that sometimes. If they could merge the two games, that would be great. Yeah, you were saying that the last time, and it is fun. It is in VR. It's fantastic. Like all of these kinds of games, VR got me back into. I used to love flight simulators and racing sims when I was younger, and I stopped playing them. And when this technology started coming out, I was like, dude, that would be so good for a flight sim or a racing game. And, it took a few years, but now we're here, and it's great. All right, so yeah, I mean, it works, doesn't it, for the Quest? And I've seen people using it. You might want to do some research. All right, so dead ahead, Monterey Airport. You see it? Do you see it? It's literally dead ahead. You might be a little low, just because you're at 1,700 feet right now. All right. Well, it's literally at my 11 o'clock, probably about 5 miles away. Not even 4 miles. All right. I'm gonna make a left turn. I'm gonna overfly the runway on Monterey, and then the left will lead us into Laguna Seca. I'm gonna slow down to try to keep it around 200. Yeah, yeah. All right, I'm just going to overfly the runway, like I said, and then we're going to follow me to Laguna Seca, which will be at our 11 o'clock. I'm only going about 180. And then we'll continue on with our southerly journey. Where are you at? Oh, there you are. You're right behind me. All right, I see you. Yeah, I can't. When I look behind me, I have the big sort of hump on the F-35 that I can't see over. I see you. You're right on my right. All right, cool. Why are you jumping out of VR? Did you crash or something? Uh, you can't? Why not? Oh, your toolbar doesn't work? My toolbar works. I can get it up. I can work. Sometimes it doesn't come up, but I just got to mess with it a little bit and it'll finally come up. All right, so I'm flying right over Laguna Seca right now. Are you gone? Oh, you're still there. All right, I see. That's lame. So what I usually do is I usually let my cursor disappear, you know, your VR cursor. And then when it disappears, I'll press the button that I've assigned for my toolbar, and I'll keep pressing it, and then I'll move the cursor back to where the toolbar usually is, and it'll come up eventually, if I have a problem with it. But usually it just comes up for me. But every now and again it doesn't. All right, I see you. Are you flying? Yeah, you're flying. All right, so I'm literally flying right above Laguna Seca right now. You can definitely make out the track and the racetrack, and there's a helicopter landing pad there too. Sometimes I'll take a flight over here and just run the track in a helicopter, like really low. Still messing with your weather? Yeah, I've got it set to early evening, so it's yeah. I just clicked my toolbar; it came right up. I'm using my mouse. I have my toolbar button set to one of my mouse buttons. I have like 8 buttons on my mouse. So I just set my toolbar button to one of those, and it usually works. Like I could click it on and off. Yeah, it's the toolbar, the regular toolbar, but it's in VR. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know people are having issues with it, but and I have issues with it, but it's not like I can eventually get it to work. All right, did you see Laguna Seca? Because you just flew over it. All right, we're continuing south now. Well, I think it's tab. I think, but that might be on 2020. I don't know if they changed it for 2024. But yeah, I can change my weather and you know, bring up all the things, the toolbar, the EFB and the active pause, camera button, ATC, a little map settings, controller settings. All right, you still messing with it, or are we going? Are we continuing our flight? All right, yeah. Let me know. I'm flying above Monterey Airport right now, and I'm about to stall. Yeah, toolbar toggle is the command I use for my mouse button. One of my mouse buttons, and it generally works. I also have another toggle button on my throttle that I use sometimes when I don't want to reach for my mouse, but they both work. What are you trying to change your weather to? Yeah, it's amazing how slow this thing can fly and be stable. I'm going like 170, and it's just giving me a constant check gear warning, but I'm stable as hell at 140, 130 knots. And now I'm stalling at about 120. You good? Like I said, wait for your mouse cursor to disappear, and then roll your mouse when it's gone. Then move it up to where the toolbar usually is, and press the toggle button a bunch of times until it comes up. See if that works. Nothing. Okay. Yeah, just keep pressing the toggle button until it comes back, or roll your mouse around there or whatever. It usually works for me, and then I don't really have too much of a problem after that. Yeah, I've got my weather set. I've got a bunch of clouds on, but it's sort of like they're called cinematic clouds from SimFX. I think it's a Parallel 42 program, but it just gives you much better clouds, better looking clouds, and better looking cloud formations. Oh man, that would be great. I miss Flow. Then not yet. I'm waiting on it. They say it's in development. They're making it, or they're updating it. Also, did you hear about Echo 19? Do you know about Echo 19? They make sound mods for flight sims, and they're making the P-51 sound mod. That sounds incredible. It's got the whistle that none of the P-51s have in the game. It just sounds incredible. It's coming out in a couple of weeks, they say, and I'm definitely going to get that because I hate the way the P-51 sounds. It flies great. It just sounds like shit. It sounds like a fucking hairdryer. And you want sort of that throaty rumble, you know what I mean? All right, I'm just off your 7 o'clock. Yeah, like look at this terrain, and the coastline is great in California, you know? Like it's just fucking fun. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. VR, you know, some people really love triples, and I enjoy triples if, you know, if I can't have VR. Yeah. What a waste of money in my mind. Yeah. They're great. Oh, is that overkill? Is that overkill simulations? I hate that guy. Yeah, that guy's just I don't know. He annoys the hell out of me. Yeah, yeah. It's 2D. You don't get that depth perception. You don't get that feeling of speed. It's just not the same. Yeah. Yeah. That's great. Right. And also I can, you know, my cockpit is whatever I want it to be when I'm in VR. You know what I mean? It's great, and everything works. And yeah, I can't use my fingers to flip a switch or whatever, but it's getting there. We're getting there. Oh man, this is the first time I've flown a jet for this long, and like had a good time. You know, like they were just so stuttery before, and so much artifacts. And DLSS 4 is just such a game changer. So good. Nah, right. What? You've got a 4090 now? Yeah, you don't need one, dude. It's running great now. Yeah, well, that's fine. I can too, but I don't. It doesn't require it anymore. I don't believe. I don't think 40. I think 4080s and 4090s are going to be just fine with 2024. You know, because especially with DLSS 4, this new OpenXR update for me was is game changing, and now it's like a whole new game for me. Although this beta kind of sucks, but the first couple of beta updates were great, but this last one is just buggy as fuck. But at least you can still fly in it. Like we're flying. It's just the EFB issue is weird, and also the heads up display fucking bugs. It's garbage, losing power and such. It's weird that I'm an airliner. Like it wouldn't model match me with something smaller. You know what I mean? Like an F-18 or something. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, or at the very, very least, model match with something that's similar, or something a similar size. Like, don't put me in a fucking tube liner. I'm a fucking F-35. you know? Like, oh, sure. If you could see, yeah, if you see, like, my jet just whizzing by you, you'd be like, oh, I want that motherfucker. Like, yeah, that looks awesome. Like the first time I saw the F-14 in VR flying next to me, I was like, God, that looks good. You know, like we were doing a formation in the India Fox Techo F-14s, and they looked incredible. Performed like shit for me, but it looked incredible. And I am flying right up your nose or your tail, and it looks great, even though you're in a banana. Oh yeah, yeah. Right now my latency is around 11%, 11.6 milliseconds, 11.2 milliseconds, 10.5 milliseconds. It hovers around there. Yeah, I know, because you're wireless. Oh, you're encoding. That's why. That's yeah. It's an encode. Try 500. Can you get 500? Because I used 500 and it worked perfectly for me when I was using the Quest 3. You got to use the Oculus debug, the Oculus tooltips. I think it's called. What's it called? Oculus tool something. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can set your bit rate there. Right. Yeah. And you add it all up. It's like boom. Wow. See, that's another thing I don't like about the Quest is like all this other crap you got to go through to get it running right. You have to buy virtual desktops and then it's also the Quest 3 is uncomfortable as fuck. Um, so you need a new head strap. Yeah, exactly. You got to buy all this different shit for. You got to get a new router or an extra router because your router won't work because it's old and whatever. And like it's just all this extra crap. And I'm like, I just want to plug my headset. I just want to plug in my headset. That's all I want to do. Right. Like I'm good with my G2 for now. I really am. It looks great still. I'm running at high resolution and the performance is fantastic. And image quality is really good. Like I cannot complain, and I just don't feel like I need to upgrade. It feels like the Quest 3 is a lateral upgrade for me. It's not really that big of a deal. Like yeah, edge to edge clarity is nice. Yeah, that's the only thing that's really better for me in my eyes. So yeah, I'm not gonna upgrade yet. I'm waiting. Yeah, you'll probably be like, I'll miss the clarity or something. But again, if you set this shit up right, it looks better than it ever has. Like, especially with DLSS 4, it looks fantastic. Now, without DLSS 4, a case could be made for the Quest 3 being better. But DLSS 4 has changed the game for me. It really made me play the sim more. It's performing a lot better than it ever did. It looks better. I mean, I can't. I don't. There's nothing I can complain about with. And that's the one good thing I like about what Nvidia is doing with their software. At the very least, they're not icing out 40 owners with the new features. You know, we're getting motion smoothing eventually. We're getting smooth frames, I think it's called. Uh, we got DLSS4. We're gonna that, and from what I hear, we're also getting multi-frame generation. I Yeah, in VR. I don't. No, I don't think it's in VR, but multi-frame generation just as opposed to the regular frame generation that the 40 series has. Yeah, the multi-frame generations is up to 4 times the frame rate instead of like up to twice is what we have. Meaning you have 40 series, we get up to 2 times frame generation in 2D. No, no, I don't need it. Neither of us need it. Yeah, but yeah, right. But you increase your latency, and you know what? 150 frames is just fine for me in 2D. I have a 165 fucking hertz monitor. Like I don't really need that much more than 200 frames a second, and I hit 200 frames a second with frame generation in 2D sometimes. You know, it's not like right, right. Well, that's exactly. It's a waste. My monitor only goes up to 165, so I limit everything to 165 frames a second. But I can hit 200. You know, it's just that. Do I have to? Do I have to? Like it took me a minute to get mine set up. You know what I mean? You're a smart cat. You'll figure it out, and you've also got a more powerful GPU than I do. It'll work. It'll work fine. But yeah, I'll help you out, of course. But yeah, if I mean, if you could even judge by my stream is even looking better, and that's just a like a ancillary benefit of how good my sim is running in the headset. Because whatever the stream is showing, it's still running better in my headset. See, now it's getting right. Right, it's going to struggle even more with with an even higher end headset. But it's all about the software as well. The G2 has some aging software with WMR, and they haven't updated it, and nobody's updated it, and it won't get updated anymore. But thank God for OpenXR modders. They're still helping us out. So I'm still good as long as I stay on this version of Windows 11 and I don't upgrade to 23 or 24H2. I'm good. Well, until they force me to, which will probably happen in another year or so. They say. No, it's not part of the operating system. They took it completely out of 2024H2. So any further Windows versions past 24H2, up to and including not up to, including 24H2 and up, will no longer have Windows mixed reality enabled. You cannot enable it. Probably not. I'm on 23H2, and that's where I'm staying. I actually have a script in Windows that tells Windows Update not to change anything. Any Windows Update that will change the version number of Windows will will not go through. So I can only get security updates right now and Windows updates for 23H2. If it tries to change the version number, it won't download the update. And it's been working fine. Like, you know, I don't do anything on this Windows PC but game anyway. So, and watch YouTube and shit. Like, nothing that requires me to have, uh, you know, like super security or anything, you know? Like, I just run Windows Defender for my antivirus and I don't click on weird fucking links like an idiot. So, I'm good. And I only install like gaming software and games on this PC. I use my laptop for work or whatever I need to do outside of, you know, gaming on that thing. And also I use that for my streaming computer, so I don't use uh, any more processes for streaming that take away from my Windows gaming performance. Alright, so we should be rolling around Southern California now. We should be right past that ridge down there. Should be the start of SoCal. I don't have a map up, and I don't. That's one of the features I miss, is the map for flow. Did you? I'm sure. I mean, it kind of worked a little bit when 24 first came out. I mean, it didn't work, but I can get like the UI and up and all. And then all of a sudden, it just didn't work at all. Like, it just didn't even show up in the toolbar. So I think it was disabled from Microsoft. So I think you could still enable it, but it just won't work right. What's your speed? Nice. Oh yeah, sometimes if I can't get it up, if I can't get it up, but it only works on the ground. If I wanted to change the weather on the ground, and sometimes the toolbar won't come up when I'm just sitting inside the cockpit, waiting for my engines to heat up or whatever. Yeah, sometimes I'll just go outside, walk around, and use the controller, and the controller will get the toolbar up for sure. Nice. What's your speed? All right. Are you holding at 265? All right. Because I had you, we were side by side for a second, and then all of a sudden I think we had an internet glitch, and you, like, fell way behind, and then I couldn't. Oh, okay. Okay. I forget the name of this little town. Yeah, I'm not real familiar with Southern California. I mean, I've been there a bunch of times. It's just, you know, hanging out in LA and shit. And didn't do a whole hell of a lot of exploring around Southern California. Actually, I'm gonna do a low flyby on this little water inlet here, little lake. Yeah. Yeah, I actually downloaded a couple of things from them. I don't recommend it, and I fully support our modding community, and I don't endorse using those pirating websites, but I've done it. Yeah, you can test it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll buy it. Oh fuck yeah, yeah. I'm with you. That's how I feel about it. I use it for testing, and if I like something, then I'll buy it. I don't even know who that is. Uh, right. Yeah, that for sure. There's scammers out there, and there's some crappy products, but that's what reviewers are for, man. I definitely wait to see a few reviews from people before I buy anything. Especially, yeah, because and there are those guys that buy everything. They just buy anything that comes up that's new, and they'll review it for sure. Especially if it's popular. Holy shit, I'm fucking going like almost supersonic here. Slow the fuck down. Yep. Yeah, there's an Air Force base very nearby. I think we're going to be coming up on it very soon. Where they do. Oh, nice. I might pick that up then. I like those. Yeah, and do you have We Love VFR and all that? All right, nice. Are you still watching the stream? Are you? Oh, you're in VR. Never mind. Uh huh. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, that's why we're in these fucking headsets. Yeah. Yeah, I do miss that sort of like feeling like in your stomach that I don't get anymore. You know what I mean? I miss that. But, it's yeah, that's another thing. Like, why? Like, give us an option so we can plug it the fuck in. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Like, if you want to play and you got a dead battery, you're fucked until you charge your battery. Right. That sucks. Sure. Yep. Yeah, I'm watching your plane too. Oh my god. Fuck yeah. Yeah. Yep. It's great. Again, game changer, man. And the thing is, with DLSS 4, I had to rethink about how I was displaying in my headset because I was like, I used to run like 3600 pixels. Um, so super sampling quite a bit more because I think the Reverb's native resolution is around 3100 pixels. So I was upscaling to about 3500 to 3600, right, with 2024 and 2020. And then when DLSS 4 came out, I was getting horrible performance, but the picture quality was even too sharp. It was too incredibly sharp. It was. And I was like, all right, let me rethink this. So I dropped my resolution down to 3300. And then all of a sudden, it's a brand new world. Drop DLSS to from quality to balanced, and now my game looks better than it ever has. It's sharper than it ever was. Even at such a lower resolution that I was running, it looks well better than it did at 3700 pixels. Yeah, I can't get the right frame rates and the right response from it. It looks great, but from a smoothness standpoint, it's not nearly as smooth. And DLSS 4 is up there. It's close to DLAA and TAA. It's really close. It might not be as sharp, but it's up there. Okay. Oh, that's great. Yeah. I'm using balanced. It probably won't be as clear for you, but it's close. Because even performance mode in DLSS 4 now looks better than quality mode did in DLSS 3. A difference? Yeah. It'll be a little less clear, but it's just a little. Yeah. Yeah, dude. Use balance mode, dude. It's crazy. Balance mode, like I said, performance mode looks better than quality mode did with DLSS 3. So people that have had shitty performance before can now switch to the lowest DLSS setting, get decent performance, and much better picture quality. Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That's why DLSS 4 is great. Because you're getting both. You're getting quality and performance. Because, I've never been able to fly these jets before with any kind of like performance, with the same kind of performance I'm getting now. It's ridiculous. Like my frame rate is locked. Just go to your doctor next time you get your glasses. Okay. Probably. Yeah, if you have an iPhone, if it uses LiDAR, it's probably pretty accurate. But if you're using anything without LiDAR, I don't know. Maybe. I guess infrared would do it. Like, you can do it with an infrared sensor. Okay, where'd you go? All right, there you are. All right, well, there's a runway we just passed. Or you can you refuel in the air? Can you just, like we used to do in 2020? And now it's fucked again. Well, the thing about California is there's plenty of airstrips around and such. You really can throw a fucking rock and hit an airfield in California, generally. Yeah, I just see a bunch of antennas and such. Oh, yeah, I see it, I see it. What's your airspeed? All right. I'm starting to see some tags over there for players. That's probably LA over there. Think you'll make it? How much fuel you have? Yeah, you gotta go to your EFB and go to like fucking measure. What is it? Mass and weight or some shit like that. Yeah. Wah, wah. Well, I could put it down right now just because I'm starving and I could eat something. So if you want to land, I'm down. Or we could see if we can make it there. I don't know if you'll make it.
Parking brake. Parking brake. Parking brake. Parking brake.
Heading out to sea, Maverick. Yeah, I can't fly in 2D. Just can't do it. I can't drive in 2D. I can't fly in 2D. This cockpit is just so big and you can see everything. It's awesome. All right, you'll make it. Where do you want to land? Do you want to land at LAX? I don't recommend it.
Parking brake.
I keep hitting my parking brake instead of my spoiler. Another thing I like about 2024 is I can have cars on without a performance hit. You're just trying to glide there or something. Losing altitude, dude. Yeah. Oh, sure. It's not like bad game launches haven't happened before, you know? Come on. Yeah. Well, you know, sure. Listen, 2020 was no fucking beauty queen when it came out. Well, it was a beauty queen, but other than that, there were so many issues with it. And even now, there still continues to be issues with it. I don't think this thing will ever be finished. I don't think it'll ever be. Well, they'll keep putting out new versions, and it'll be the same thing. You know, it'll take a while for it to get its legs, and then, or it'll just suck completely. Like there have been bad games before, that's for sure. But with games like this, FSX and 2020 and this, and all the flight sims, they were multi-year projects. They were never release and you're done. Thank God, because that would suck. Because if we had to play with what this was like during release, it kind of sucked. And I'm not even talking about the server issues and not being able to install it and all that. Or having to wait like fucking 3 days to be able to actually play it. I'm just talking about just the actual state it was in. Playable. They state it was garbage. But they did a lot of work. I think they did a lot of stuff right to alleviate and mitigate the issues. And again, 2024 is running a hell of a lot better than 2020 ever has for me. And I got pretty decent performance from 2020. Like, a lot better than most people. But it required so much tweaking and so much fucking around with it. And it seems there's a little less of that with this. I mean, there's still a lot of fucking around, and I still have a lot of the same optimizations that I've already done for 2020, but they're already done, and a lot of this new performance that we're getting from DLSS4 and the OpenXR Toolkit mod and the updates and just the performance updates for 2024 have been night and day different, dude. Night and day different than when the sim was released and the quality level of 2020. Like this is just better for me, anyway. Like I know a lot of people have issues, but for me, it's great. Oh, that's ridiculous. Yeah, and it's just odd that some bugs are more severe for certain people and they're not as severe for other people. I know this one guy who has no problems whatsoever. He can pull up his toolbar. He doesn't have crashes. He doesn't have any issues with anything. And I'm like, all right, so that's you. Good for you. Most of us are having some sort of issue with 2020 or 2024, but for for me, I can deal with them. They're not game breaking. So there's that. Are you landing at this guy? Or are you all right? I'll pull around. Or I can do a short landing. That's right. Let me go into I'm going slow enough. I'm going to go into a short takeoff and landing configuration. I could just hover it into a landing, but I put down my gear so I don't have that fucking warning the whole time. Ah. Pro pilot. Well, alright, you're alive, right? You probably have a bunch of spinal fucking issues, but you're alive. Oh, nice. Then you just broke your $4 million plane. Do you see me coming in for a slow? Uh, Alright, well, I guess I'll just watch it myself on my stream later. It was, yeah. I mean, you're gone now. Alright, just put her in a hover. This thing is so cool, dude. See, this is what happens, though. There are these weird graphical artifacts that happen when I'm in hover mode. But it only happens in hover mode and short takeoff and landing mode. So it's not a huge big deal. Alright, man. I'll check you out later. I'm gonna go grab something to eat. Yeah, me too. Yeah, I'll probably be on a little bit later. Alright, cool. I'll check you out later.